Hello, Golden State Warriors fan. We're back with an exclusive video bringing you the latest updates. First of all, subscribe to the channel and like the video. It's crucial for you to stay informed with the news daily. Without further ado, let's get to the news. The basketball world is buzzing with whispers that no one saw coming. And it all centers around a name that has been making headlines for years, but somehow just keeps surprising everyone. Domantas Sabonis, the towering force in the paint known for his versatility, craftiness, and relentless energy, has reportedly made a move that could reshape the landscape of the league. Sources suggest that the whispers began quietly, with subtle hints of meetings, casual conversations over coffee in undisclosed locations, and agents floating possibilities to trusted insiders. The intrigue grew as analysts began speculating on potential destinations, weighing the pros and cons of cap space, playing style, and championship aspirations. Every team with room to maneuver seemed like a possibility, yet the rumor mill refused to settle, feeding a growing frenzy among fans, sports talk shows, and social media threads where each theory felt more tantalizing than the last. Sabonis, often praised for his basketball IQ, has a reputation for making calculated choices that maximize both personal growth and team impact, which made the speculation all the more electrifying. What could have seemed like a quiet off-season suddenly transformed into a full-blown spectacle, with every corner of the country buzzing, debate after debate igniting as people tried to decipher the next move of a player whose career trajectory has consistently defied expectations. As the murmur intensified, names like Golden State Warriors began to surface, initially as tentative whispers tucked between other, louder rumors of superstar trades and blockbuster signings. The Warriors, a team synonymous with precision, culture, and strategic brilliance, suddenly became the focus of speculation not just for their iconic stars, but for the potential addition of a player whose skill set could perfectly complement their system. Analysts and fans dissected every possible scenario. How would Sabonis mesh with the sharpshooting core, the motion-heavy offense, and the defensive rotations that have defined Golden State for years? Discussions spilled over into podcasts, YouTube channels, and Twitter threads, with insiders hinting that something big was brewing without revealing concrete details. Every conversation seemed to pivot around one question. Could a player of Sabonis' caliber really be joining the Warriors roster? And if so, what would it mean for the championship equation? The excitement wasn't just theoretical. People imagined highlight reels, playoff matchups, and a strategic synergy that felt almost too perfect to be coincidental. The rumor, once a mere murmur, was rapidly transforming into a central storyline of the league's off-season narrative, capturing imaginations in every corner of the basketball universe. Even before official confirmation, speculation morphed into analysis, with basketball minds debating how this potential signing could impact the balance of power across conferences. The Warriors, already a team with championship pedigree, were being discussed as if Sabonis' arrival could tilt the scales toward an era-defining dynasty. Commentators and armchair experts alike began to analyze the statistical implications. Rebounding percentages, pick-and-roll efficiency, and offensive spacing metrics all became tools to envision the possibilities. Social media channels exploded with mock lineups, with fans calculating rotations, defensive matchups, and hypothetical playoff scenarios. The conversation extended beyond just basketball mechanics. It became a cultural phenomenon, with a narrative of unexpected moves fueling a sense of drama and anticipation that transcended typical off-season chatter. In forums, debates raged about how this signing could impact veteran stars' roles, emerging young talents, and the strategic flexibility that Golden State has cultivated over years of disciplined roster management. Every rumor carried with it an electric energy, what-if scenario that seemed almost cinematic, drawing in even casual fans who might not have followed Sabonis' career with meticulous attention, but were immediately captivated by the drama of the potential move. Behind the scenes, whispers suggested that negotiations were meticulous, deliberate, and strategically opaque. Agents, front offices, and advisors reportedly engaged in back-and-forths that were invisible to the public eye, creating an aura of secrecy that only intensified the rumor mill. The idea that Sabonis could choose a team based not solely on money, but on culture, system fit, and championship potential added layers of intrigue. Analysts began connecting dots from prior seasons, highlighting how player movement patterns, contract structures, and team ambitions might all converge in this scenario. The basketball community, often attuned to leaks and subtle hints, began piecing together fragments of information, fueling speculation while maintaining just enough ambiguity to keep everyone guessing. Conversations about potential lineups, cap flexibility, and positional fit were no longer confined to specialized blogs. They spread across mainstream media, casual fans, and sports influencers alike. The mystique surrounding the player's decision-making process added a narrative depth that made this rumored signing feel less like a transaction and more like an unfolding story, one that had suspense, strategy, and high stakes at every turn. Amid all the buzz, social media became the lifeblood of the rumor, with memes, theories, and insider scoops circulating faster than official news could catch up. Every tweet, post, and discussion thread seemed to hint at the possibility, creating a collective sense of anticipation akin to waiting for a blockbuster movie release. Fans dissected past performances, analyzed player tendencies, and debated hypothetical rotations with a fervor that blurred the lines between analysis and obsession. Each piece of information, whether credible or speculative, was magnified and dissected, as though the act of public discussion itself could somehow influence the final outcome. Forums lit up with heated debates. Some doubted the feasibility of the move, citing cap constraints and team chemistry, while others embraced the narrative with open arms, envisioning a synergy that could redefine championship dynamics. The story's allure wasn't just about basketball. It was about drama, potential, and a magnetic pull of a rumor that felt like it could change the league overnight. The nation watched and waited, caught in a tide of speculation that seemed unstoppable, electric, and utterly captivating. In parallel, insiders hinted at strategic moves by the Warriors that could accommodate a player of Sabonis' magnitude, further fueling the rumor. Cap space manipulations, potential trades, and even role adjustments were discussed as if in a secret playbook that only a few had access to, heightening the sense of mystery. Analysts speculated on how veteran leadership, emerging stars, and Sabonis' own versatility could blend to create a formidable lineup capable of contending at the highest level. The conversation was not just about signing a player, but about orchestrating a cultural and tactical evolution that could reverberate through every matchup, every defensive scheme, and every playoff series. Fans speculated endlessly. Could this move herald a new dynasty, shift competitive balance, or even inspire other players to make bold, unexpected decisions? Every theory fed into the feverish energy of the rumor, creating a landscape where imagination and possibility intertwined, and where the suspense of what if became a compelling spectacle all its own. As the rumors continued to swell, the narrative around Sabonis' potential move took on a cinematic quality, with sports media outlets treating every whisper as a headline-worthy event. Discussions expanded beyond the technicalities of basketball into the human element of the story. Sabonis' ambitions, his professional ethos, and the way his arrival could reshape the chemistry within the locker room. Observers speculated on how the blend of his skill set and personality might influence team morale, leadership dynamics, and even the evolution of playing style under the Warriors' renowned coaching system. Analysts and fans alike debated scenarios with an intensity usually reserved for playoff series, imagining how matchups would change and which rivalries would be reinvigorated. The rumor had transcended mere speculation, transforming into a narrative tapestry that intertwined statistics, psychology, and drama. It was no longer about a player signing a contract. It was about the potential rebirth of a team's identity, the crafting of a new competitive era, and the tension between expectation and uncertainty that kept everyone on edge. Social media feeds overflowed with mock highlights, predictions, and hypothetical interviews, creating a communal experience in which fans felt intimately involved in the unfolding story. The anticipation became a shared ritual, a collective holding of breath, as the basketball world seemed poised on the brink of something both unexpected and potentially transformative. Speculation around the Warriors' intentions added fuel to the fire, with rumors of subtle roster adjustments, tactical recalibrations, and contract maneuverings suggesting that a larger, strategic plan was in motion. Analysts began mapping out possible rotations, envisioning Sabonis thriving alongside sharpshooters, ball handlers, and defensive anchors, and how this integration could impact every facet of the game. Discussions spanned from on-court spacing to pick-and-roll execution, defensive versatility, and playoff resilience, creating a layered understanding of how a single acquisition could ripple across the organization. The rumor became an intellectual exercise for fans and analysts alike, blending imagination with empirical reasoning and turning speculation into an engaging form of analysis. The discourse was alive, dynamic, and infectious, with every new snippet of information treated like a clue in a high-stakes puzzle. In forums and channels across the internet, the rumor evolved into a phenomenon, a shared experience that blurred the line between news and entertainment, sports analysis and narrative suspense. Meanwhile, the ripple effects of the rumor began to extend far beyond Golden State, reaching rival teams and prospective free agents who were suddenly forced to reconsider strategies, matchups, and long-term planning. The possibility of Sabonis joining the Warriors created a domino effect of conjecture, with fans of other franchises speculating on counter-moves, trade targets, and defensive strategies to offset the potential shift in power. Every conversation carried a sense of urgency, as if the mere act of discussing the rumor could influence decision-making behind closed doors. Analysts debated the broader league implications, imagining how this singular signing could alter championship races, playoff seeding, and even the trajectories of other star players who might now reconsider their own futures. The rumor, initially localized to a few insiders and speculative sources, had ballooned into a nationwide narrative, capturing attention from diehard enthusiasts, casual followers, and media outlets hungry for storylines that combine drama, strategy, and anticipation in a single package. It was a reminder that in professional sports, rumors can sometimes become events in their own right, with the power to shape perception long before any official announcement is made. Before we continue, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Dubs updates. Let's keep going. The human element of the rumor added a layer of intrigue that statistics alone could not capture. Discussions turned to Sabonis' motivations, personal relationships, and the subtle dynamics that often influence career decisions. Fans debated his preference for team culture, coaching philosophy, and long-term legacy, imagining the conversations he might have had with mentors, teammates, and family. Every hypothetical scenario was dissected, from the role he would play in clutch moments to how he might mentor younger teammates, and how his presence could influence team dynamics both on and off the court. The rumor became a canvas upon which fans projected hopes, fears, and fantasies, turning the act of speculation into a form of storytelling. Even without confirmation, the narrative felt vivid, real, and immediate, as though the mere possibility of this signing was already reshaping the basketball world. Discussions became forums for shared imagination, where the boundaries between reality and conjecture blurred in the most exhilarating way. As the rumor continued to circulate, it took on a life of its own, shaping expectations and narratives for the upcoming seasons. Sports talk shows, podcasts, and social media platforms all amplified the speculation, turning the hypothetical into a form of entertainment that rivaled any live game. Every hypothetical lineup, strategic adjustment, and playoff scenario became part of a broader cultural dialogue, as fans and commentators alike participated in the creation of a story whose ending remained tantalizingly uncertain. The rumor acted as a catalyst for community, debate, and anticipation, offering a shared spectacle that transcended typical off-season chatter. Analysts dissected, fans theorized, and media outlets reported, all while the central question remained suspended in the air. Would Domantas Sabonis actually sign with the Warriors, and if so, what would follow? The suspense, layered with insight and speculation, ensured that the rumor was more than just idle talk. It had become a central storyline capable of defining the narrative of the league for months to come. In the final analysis, the Sabonis to Warriors rumor encapsulates everything fans crave: surprise, strategy, and the thrill of the unknown. It exemplifies how a single potential move can ripple across arenas, social media feeds, and living rooms, turning a whispered negotiation into a nationwide conversation. Every new nugget of information, real or speculative, reignites the excitement, prompting debates, predictions, and imaginative scenarios. Fans envision championship banners, tactical evolutions, and memorable moments that could redefine both player legacies and team histories. The rumor has evolved beyond a simple transaction into a cultural phenomenon, demonstrating the magnetic power of anticipation and narrative in professional sports. Whether the signing ultimately materializes or remains a tantalizing "what if," the chatter has already left its mark, capturing imaginations and fueling discussions that will resonate across the basketball world for months, if not years. In every sense, the Sabonis story, whether rumor or reality, represents the drama, complexity, and unpredictability that make the sport irresistible. Stay updated exclusively with the latest Dub Nation news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep getting daily updates on the Warriors. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. Your input is essential for the Dubs community. Stay tuned for the next video.